Hey there, this is Lost. Today I'm going to share with you another DPS video of my Sage with the comparison against my previous video where I share with you the differences between my Warlock and my Sage, which you get to find out that my Sage is actually better in DPS against my Warlock even though my Sage is weaker. Now if you have not watched that video yet, do click on the link above to watch it. Alright, now I'm doing this video again because I've hit a few milestones and I want to share how much more stronger have I become as a Sage in terms of DPS comparing to my previous progression. Now if you are going through the same thing as me, take this as a reference for your future build or current build and see how it goes for yourself. And now quick recap of my Sage back then. Looking at this, I was having an upgrade tier 5, a refined tier 2, my enchantment was tier 4, and I have 37,000 magic attack with pet on. Now let's take a look at my details. My M pen is at 141%, my magic damage bonus 105, final magic pen 124, and my fire is 147. And this is how I am right now. My upgrade has gone to tier 6, my refine is tier 3, and my enchant awakening has gone up to tier 5, having 47,000 magic attack with pet. Now let's take a look at my details. Right now I'm having slightly over 10k M pen, which gives me 155% final M pen, and final M damage bonus is 114%. My final M pen is 139%, and my fire is at 166. All these are with pet. And the final achievement to my milestone is that I finally gotten out my shadow equipment to level 5. That took me quite some time, and I've done the necessary upgrades to my stats on Inscription and Pioneer, leaving out some PvP stuff and haste which I don't really need it right now. And I've gotten the Elemental Charge version 2, which gives me a 5 stack instead of 3 in the previous version. So in this video I'm going to test it out just how much better is the version 2. And for my Elemental Wave 1, currently I do not have enough material to upgrade it to level 5, otherwise I can test it out even more on the cast time reduction. And same goes to my validation. On habitual casting, I do not have enough materials and so forth. So yep, this is for my shadow equipment. Okay, now I'm going to do a test on Elemental Charge version 1 and 2. So for this test, I'm going to remove habitual casting so I do not have the buff on every second cast, just to be fair on the damage so I can have a much more accurate statistics to it. Now let's take a look at the bolt damage. On the first cast is 8.87 on 1 stack, 2 stack will be 8.96, 3 stacks hitting double casting, so let's take a look again. 3 stacks 9.14, let's double confirm, double casting again. Yep, 3 stacks of Elemental Charge 1 gives me a 9.14 bolt damage. Now let's take a look at Elemental Charge 2. Let's see how much better will it be. First bolt, already 8.96, that is 2 stacks on charge 1. 914, 2 stacks equivalent to 3 stacks of charge 1. 932, on the 4th stack, hitting double casting again, 960. 5 stack, 969, 978. Let's take a look again. 978. Right, so it seems like the description says that it enhances 5 stack of the element and also reduces the resistance to the element. So that is equivalent to a plus 30% of fire damage in this case for Elemental Charge 2. Alright, so much for the testing. Now is down for the real deal. What I'm going to do here is to test my DPS with Elemental Charge 1 against my previous self, which is also using Elemental Charge 1, just to see based on the current progression without adding the additional damage from Elemental Charge 2, what is my DPS right now. So let's have a look. 1 minute, let's go. At the bottom of the screen is the previous DPS video of my Sage. so we can have a very direct comparison over here in this DPS battle. 10 seconds in and my current state is already doing more than double the DPS of my previous self with the various milestones that I've achieved. .30 seconds in, I'm still able to do 2 times more DPS than my previous self now. Seems like the milestone that I've achieved have really pushed my Sage to the next level. The question is, what will happen if my current Sage would do a DPS comparison against my Warlock, because both of them have SE5. Final few seconds, and seems like my DPS has dropped a little bit, less than 2 times now. Final will be 12.2 million versus 7.2 million. And that's for Elemental Charge 1. And now for this round, I'm going to use Elemental Charge 2. As I already explained before, 1 stack on Charge 2 is equivalent to 2 stacks on Charge 1. So in the next 1 minute, let's take a look how much more DPS can I deal with Charge 2. And 10 seconds in, I'm dealing almost 14 million DPS as compared to previously I was doing 13. And now coming to 30 seconds, I'm dealing 14.7 million as compared to previously I was dealing 12.6 at the 30 seconds mark. Now down to the last 10 seconds, let's see how much more DPS can I deal with Charge 2 versus Charge 1. And that will be 12.9 versus 12.4. Not quite what I expected. And now for the final test and comparison, I will be using Elemental with 1, which is to reduce my cast time of bolt so that I can deal more bolt damage over a period of time. I'm gonna do the same thing here. At the bottom, I'm showing my previous video. So for the next 1 minute, let's see how much more DPS am I dealing with my Sage right now. Now coming to 10 seconds, I'm dealing 15.5 versus 8.4 million. That's almost a 1.5 times, I believe. And now into the 30 seconds mark, it's 13.8 versus 7.9. So the DPS has regulated a little bit. But I am very pleased right now that with all the milestones included, my Sage can deal so much more DPS. And I'm actually looking forward to push more from now on. Now coming to the 1 minute mark, and the DPS will be 13.5 versus 7.7. Wow, that's almost 2 times with the speed cast. And that's the end for the DPS testing. Well, I feel that for Sage to do more DPS, like I mentioned before, we need to do more casting. So faster casting is better because our damage is slightly lower than our Warlock as per bolt damage wise. But what do you think? Is Charge 2 better, or Elemental with the Elemental Field is better? Which one do you take on? Let me know in the comment section below. And with that, I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.